folks, it's me, Brian, and this is what I'm drinking tonight. I'm having a dessert wine. I already had dinner, so now comes a dessert wine. And this is called Bomon Shampe, and this is a red Moscato, and it comes from the country of Moldova in Europe. And the back of the label says Bomon Shampe Angel. It's a red Moscato dessert wine, Pompiaska, which I looked up, and that is a village in Moldova. And it also has this A for Angel. Now, I'm quite unsure what exactly is the name of this. Is it Angel Bomon Shampe, or is it Bomon Shampe Angel? I did a web search and I saw both of them on the internet machine. So who knows what it is? I didn't find a website for the actual wine itself. But I saw this at a package store and I was impressed by the label, by its shape, a unique shape for a wine. It's glass. I thought it was pretty, ornate, and it was cheap. This was only like $9.99, I believe, or $10.99. Very cheap. So let's crack this one open, folks. I always feel kind of funny drinking wine on football days, but today is Thursday, it's football day, and the Commanders are currently in battle with the Bears and not doing so well. I'm DVRing it, but unfortunately my TV was tuned to it for a brief second, so I saw that they weren't doing so well, the Commanders. So it has a cork top. So I thought it'd be twist off since it was so cheap, but it has a cork top. So let me be right back with my corkscrew. So I'm back, folks, with my corkscrew, and this is something I'm doing dangerously here. I'm on a light colored chase, and I'm opening up red wine. That is asking for trouble, isn't it? If I saw my children doing that, I would tell them, that's an accident waiting to happen. Alright, accident averted thus far. So here's what it looks like. It's not going to look any different in my glass. That's good enough. Very dark red, maroonish, not quite opaque. Grapey smell, but doesn't smell really sweet, and not very carbonated. It actually smells like a decent wine, like a full-bodied decent wine. But these Moscatos are supposed to be sweet, so it'll be sweet, hopefully. Yeah, very grapey. Not getting much more. Maybe a little plum. Let's give it a taste. Prost, my friends. Well, despite the fancy looking bottle, the fancy looking label, the glass bottle, the corkscrew, the cork, and needing to use a corkscrew to open it, this is a pretty bad wine. If you would have just packaged it a different way, I would think that I'm drinking like Mad Dog 2020, MD 2020, or Manischewitz. It is very sweet, and you don't get much grape flavor. It's the sweetness of it like overpowers the grape, full grape flavor that I would expect one to want in a wine. Is somewhat watery. I mean, it's interesting. It's watery. I wouldn't call it light bodied, but it's watery. It's no carbonation, which I do like when it comes to wine. Not like champagne carbonation, but I do like a little bit of carbonation. But it's completely still, completely like bland in terms of flavor, and just a dull drink. This is just a dull wine. I would not seek this out. I did a little internet search for it to see where it's sold, like outside of the little package store that I found it. Like if it was at Total Wine, because when I go to Total Wine, I really just stay in the beer sections and the spirit sections, and I get some wines here and there when I ask my wife, what do you want? And then sometimes I'll get a port. But I've never seen this wine there, and I can see why they wouldn't carry it. This is pretty cheap. This is pretty bad. It's a shame. It had potential when it came to this bottle. Very unique bottle. Very nice label. But apart from that, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. The ABV is 16, I believe, and so it's boozier than what you are ordinarily going to get, but there's just not much to it. I mean, you can go to some of your, some of your other like stores where they have MD 2020. Just get that. Just get like a berry version of an MD 2020 drink, or like I said, Manischewitz. I think they have a black cherry. That's kind of what this tastes like, but it's not good at all. What this is going to be is usually think, what I usually think of doing when I have these poor wines. I use it to cook. I use it to cook. So I'll cook something and just use this. But in terms of like drinking it, like for enjoyment, I give it a thumbs down. This is I'm being pretty harsh with it, but this is probably one of the worst wines that I've indulged in. It's just overly sweet and no flavor. So there you have it, folks. Bomon Shampe dessert wine. If you're going to get a dessert wine, just get yourself a decent port, not this. A red Moscato. That probably should have clued me into, this is not what you think it's going to be, Brian. A red Moscato. You don't see those often. And the price. It is priced appropriately. Stay safe, stay sane, and I will see you on the next video.